Here's exactly what a flight instructor check ride is going to look like. Stand by. So, with your private or instrument or commercial check ride, you're used to giving answers back to the examiner based on scenarios or rote answers. You may expect a little bit of that on your flight instructor check ride, but generally speaking, the ground portion is going to be you teaching that same exact material back to the examiner. One thing I think that's important to note is just because you're taking your flight instructor check ride doesn't mean you have to have some crazy advanced knowledge of aerodynamics or an advanced knowledge of weather or other subject areas. You just need to have the same knowledge that you had as a commercial pilot. Really, if you think about it, you already hold the commercial pilot certificate. You've proven yourself on the ground, knowledge, and the flight portion. You just now have to effectively teach it. In fact, if you look at the private ACS versus the commercial versus the instructor ACS, all of the subject areas are relatively similar. Nothing in there says advanced knowledge of. If you look at the Pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, which is one of the main references for all of the sources of information for all of your check rides, it says it's applicable to not only student pilots, but advanced levels of certification. So again, you may have knowledge from a random advanced aerodynamics book or advanced weather book, and that may be great and helpful and supplemental to your answers and teaching, but it's not expected. Now, on the flight portion, you can expect the examiner to do some of the flying. In fact, the ACS says that they can act as a student for part of the check ride for some of the maneuvers. You will be expected, though, to do a majority of the flying where you're demonstrating and explaining and teaching the maneuvers back to the examiner. The examiner, remember, in the ACS is looking for your overall effectiveness and efficiency of all of your teaching. Again, this check ride is just you being able to teach. When you're doing the ground portion, make sure you are using your lesson plans for all of the subjects that the examiner asks you to teach. There's no secret. That's not cheating. They want to see that you are organized, that you are effectively teaching, that you're not going to teach a student with information off the top of your head. They want to make sure that you are covering all of the areas. They're going to do a sampling of your knowledge, so you can expect them to cut you off a lot of the time after they see that you're able to effectively teach certain areas. You will be expected to develop a lesson plan on the ground portion, and that's because if a random topic comes up as a CFI that you don't